is my monthly TBR video. I ended up getting 4 books. I want to know what the fuss is about. Hello my lovelies, welcome back. My name is Viry for those of you who are new here. Well, we started this video different. Obviously we went to Barnes & Noble first, as you all saw. This is my monthly TBR video. This is for my March TBR specifically. Let's just get on with it, grab a drink, get cozy, and let's get started with this video. First of all, can I just say how excited I am about ACOTAR coming out in October? Like, when I heard, I'm just like, oh my god, oh! The urge to reread the big stack of books just so I can have all of the stories fresh in my mind is huge, but I just bought a bunch of other books that I probably should read instead. That aside, let's talk about my monthly TBR, right? Let's go over book haul, then the books that we have at home, and then just wrap it up. It should be a pretty quick one. The only thing I do have to say is there's no Spanish book for this month. I did not think about it, and I feel like I was reading a lot of intellectual books because of R.F. Kuang. The writing is a little bit more dense, so I needed books that were not super dense, and sometimes Spanish could be a little bit hard to follow because while that is my native language, I am not used to reading it as often as English. There is colloquial terms that sometimes I don't understand, especially depending on what Spanish translation there is, because there's like Spain Spanish and there's Latin American Spanish, and then within Latin America there's different types of Spanish. So all of that to say is I did not prepare for a Spanish book this time around. Book haul really quick. I ended up getting 4 books, and from one of them you could see already what it is, so let's talk about that one. Bond of Hercules by Jasmine Mas. I loved book 1, which was Blood of Hercules, so of course I had to get the second book. I believe this is just a duology, so hopefully this is the final book of that 2-set series, and then I will be jumping over to, I believe it's Psycho Shifters. I almost got it, but I'm like, let me give myself a break, a breather, and then we can like continue either next month or pick it up a little bit later in the year. I did get Bond of Hercules, very excited, and of course to match my special edition, I got the special edition as well. I'm so glad because I did not want to order it. Oh my god, wait a minute. No, the other ones don't have this. What in the world? What? Is this because it's a Barnes & Noble? No. Did the other one have this? No, it did not. Hold on, let me see. At least this one, it didn't. It did not have that. I think it's because this is like a different, it is special edition, but it's not like the same sprayed edge. I don't know if that matters. Is this a different version? Could be. It's so pretty. Okay, that's probably Alexis, and if that's the crown, I think this is Augustus because he wears a crown, if I remember correctly. That was a nice surprise. We're reading Bonds of Hercules, so this is our first book in our TBR. Add this to our TBR count. And then the next book I actually went there for was the second book to Dungeon Crawler Carl. This is Carl's Doomsday Scenario by Matt Dinniman. I have been in a sci-fi mood. It's been a nice change of pace. It's a different genre. I feel like even though storytelling is a little bit similar to fantasy, it just has a completely different kind of imagination and obviously different tropes and stuff like that as well. I'm very excited to read this. This was very comical with a lot of like sober moments intertwined, so this will be fun. For a minute I thought this was book 3 because I genuinely can't tell based off of like the little skulls here. I double checked and it says book 2. Yeah, it says here book 2. So this is book 2. And then the word right here says boom. So Carl's probably going to be blowing up a lot of things. Second book in our TBR. Okay, and then these next 2 books, I'm going to talk about them together. Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed and Now Back to You by B.K. Borson. So funny thing, I did not go for either one of these books. I was just looking for like a cute rom-com or just like a cute romance in general because you will see what kind of books I'm reading and I'm just like, I need something sweet. And of course, Heated Rivalry is so popular right now because of the TV show and everything, and everyone is talking about it, and I'm getting FOMO. I feel very left out, and I want to know what the fuss is about. All I know is that it's an romance book, and from the little like blurb that it's like a enemies to lovers hockey romance. I'm not usually attracted to sports romance books. I tend to stay away from them a little bit, but you know what? Why not? I'm kind of curious. But hold on, there's more to the story, right? And then this other one is, I guess, the second book in like a interconnected series, kind of, because the first one is First Time Caller. I think it's called like Heartstrings, if I'm right, like the Heartstrings series. Yeah, Heartstrings. So the first book, First Time Caller, which I read last year, and then this is And Now Back to You, and this one's inspired by When Harry Met Sally. If you read First Time Caller, that one was inspired by Sleepless in Seattle. I don't know how long y'all been with me with my channel, but BK Borison is slowly moving up the ranks of authors that I really enjoy reading, because I've read 2 books and both of those books have been really good in my opinion, and I was very excited to pick this up when I saw that this was published recently. The thing is that I was only going for 1 book because I have a lot of books at home, and I ended up getting 2. I was looking at both of these because they were right like in that same area. I could not decide, and this person comes up to me and it's just like,
you should get both.
And goes on to explain to me that these books are really good, that they have read this book a while back and they like the show, and they think that it's a really good show, a really good book, and it's definitely worth the hype, and that they just recently finished reading this book and that they really enjoyed it as well, and that they are both just really good books. And I don't know what is it with me not wanting to wait until the next month, but I'm just like,
okay, fine, I'm gonna get both.
and I ended up getting both. I could have easily waited for April to read this one at the very least so I can get on the hype of Heated Rivalry, but I don't know, I was just really looking forward to this book, and this one was just like a spur in the moment, and I did not want to leave this one behind. So book number 3 in my TBR and 4 in my TBR. That was my little book haul. And then books that we have at home. I do have 3 books, right? Let's talk about this one, Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles. I've mentioned this before. I believe this is like a small town contemporary romance, and it might be a bit of a grittier romance because I think there's like a mystery aspect to it. I've heard people talk about it and they really enjoy it, so I'm excited to read it. This was part of my on-hauling / book swap that I went to, so I actually didn't buy this one. I traded it in for another book, and I think it's time to read it. This next book is The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black. This is the second book in the duology. What's the first book? Stolen Heir. This is the story of Oak, Jude's younger brother. Of course, I'm gonna go ahead and finish it. This was a Christmas gift, and I'm very excited to finish the series. I really like Holly Black's writing, so that's all I'm gonna say about this book. What is this? Our 6th book in our TBR count? And then lastly, I didn't open this on camera with y'all, but basically I had to order this copy because, once again, I've mentioned it before, but these special editions that I wanted from this specific book are no longer, at least in any of the bookstores near me, so I actually do have to order them from Amazon. And that is the second book in the Poppy War, and this one's The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. It is the special edition. It is so beautiful. Again, the drawings are amazing. So pretty. It's so heavy too. Like, wow. Wow, such a beautiful book. And then, of course, Sprayed Edges. This is going in my TBR for the month. Our TBR for March. And we are not pulling out of our Kindle today, actually. I was going to, but I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 7 books in my TBR for March, and I feel like if I do end up reading something on my Kindle, it's going to be based off my mood, and I don't want to be restricted to what I pulled from my TBR jar. I just kind of want to pick up something that calls my attention if I gravitate towards my Kindle. So no Kindle pick today. We'll do it next time. Now, really quick, because I babble so much, let's go over my TBR one more time. Bond of Hercules by Jasmine Mas, Carl's Doomsday Scenario by Matt Dinneman, And Now Back to You by BK Borison, Heated Rivalry by Rachel Reed, Fragile Sanctuary by Catherine Cowles, The Prisoner's Throne by Holly Black, and The Dragon Republic by R.F. Kuang. But yeah, that's basically our March TBR. Very simple, very straightforward. I'm very excited to pick up one of these books. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let me know down in the comments below, what do you think about this ACOTAR release? I'm very, very excited about this and I want to talk to people about this. Let me know down in the comments below. What are your thoughts? Whether you like this author or you don't, you like this world or you don't, let me know. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't done so already and you would like to, please subscribe. I usually make book content and now and then I make some lifestyle vlogs. But thank you all so much for watching. Have a beautiful day and happy reading. Bye.